Hey y'all, it's Lindsey and I wanted to show you how I come off of an egg fast. So I have completed 5 days of egg fasting and I wanted to show you how I come off of that egg fast on days 6 and 7. There is a lot of anecdotal information out there on Reddit, on various forums, on various actual blog posts down in the comments sections, like hundreds of comments discussing egg fasting and what happens to people when they come off of an egg fast. Most often people put more weight on, or they regain some of the weight that they have lost when they jump straight back into regular keto from the egg fast. Hands are doing this very much today, sorry. So several of the tips that I had read was to go through and transition from an egg fast back to regular keto in a very slow, methodical way. And that was more of a carnivore way of eating. So I wanted to show you how I come off of a 5-day egg fast. So I'm going to show you day 6 and day 7 eats in this video. Before I show you days 6 and 7 of transitioning back over to regular keto, I would love for you to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're not following me over on Instagram, I would really love for you to come and hang out with me over there. I try to get on stories about once a week, but some weeks it's more, some weeks it's less. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let me show you what I have eaten on days 6 and 7.
So this is my first cup of coffee on day 6 of transitioning from my egg fast. And I'm putting in about 14 to 15 grams of that clarified butter I had made the night before. And then probably about 13 grams of the MCT oil. And just using my Fit and Fresh little hand blender to blend that all together. I really love using that. For breakfast, I'm gonna have 3 fried eggs. And as you can see, I busted a yolk on one of those eggs, but c'est la vie, it still tastes good. And I decided to go with some clarified butter. After talking a little bit about the omega-6 profiles of my avocado oil mayo, I kind of wanted to see what it was like to not use as many omega-6s in my day-to-day eating. And then of course I'm adding some Cholula. And then I'm having another coffee with MCT oil and clarified butter. And for my last egg fast approved meal for today, I'm gonna have 3 eggs and 3 tablespoons of mayo. I did decide to go ahead and eat some mayo today. And 3 slices of the Dubliner cheese from Kerrygold as an egg salad with a little bit of cheese. Finally meat. I know I haven't gotten sick of eggs, but oh my goodness, this ribeye, it's a country ribeye, tasted amazing. I did this on a skillet. I prefer my steaks to be really deep red in the center. If it's mooing, I'm chewing, and I know that sounds a little bit aggressive, but it's the truth. So just pan-seared it on the outside, kept that really deep red cold center, and it was amazing. Also throughout the day, I probably drank about 6 or 7 pints of water in my jar over there. Here we are, last day of transitioning off of an egg fast, and as usual, I'm having some butter coffee with that clarified butter. As you can see, the jar is significantly reduced. That's because I tried to make mayo with my clarified butter. We'll get to that in a minute. A little bit of MCT oil and coffee. Repeat ad nauseum. And for breakfast, I'm doing 3 scrambled eggs. I cooked those in a tablespoon of butter. Every single time I've cooked eggs, it's always been in a tablespoon of butter. And then I added about 2 tablespoons of the clarified butter mayo that I had created. I think I'm going to show you that here in a second. That was an interesting experiment for sure. It turns out just basically like kind of like vinegary butter. Definitely not an experiment that I will repeat, but it tasted all right. And then I decided to test out just straight up black coffee It does not give the same mouthfeel as putting the butter and MCT oil in, but I drank it. Okay, here's the second half of that steak and a butter coffee, so 3 cups of coffee for today. And I went ahead and pan-seared the outside just to kind of take some of the chill off of it, but it was still pretty cool through the middle from being in the refrigerator. And oh man, it was so delicious. Just a little bit of salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic, and it was just primo. And finally for dinner tonight, I'm having the taco meat. This has cumin, salt, pepper, onion powder, a little bit of paprika, a tiny bit of chili powder, and some cheese. And then you can see my water glass back there. I drank about 7 of those pint-sized glasses of water today. That is one thing that I haven't been sharing as much, but I am drinking a significant amount of water doing this.
It is the end of the night. I am like really full and don't feel the need to drink any more water or have any more food. And I don't know, I just feel very full. And I think that is slightly attributed to the fact that I've been eating meat these past 2 meals for today and then the 1 meal yesterday. And what's amazing is that eating that steak yesterday was just, oh, so good. So good. And then eating the other half of that today, just amazing. Just, oh, I love steak. You know, I'm a Texas girl, so beef is kind of my jam. The more that I learn about this carnivore thing, the more, I don't know, the more convinced I am that I really want to try this out. There is a local-ish bison farm. They have bison, they have beef, they have pig, they have lamb, they have goat, they have just like a ton of different livestock, and you can get literally any of the cuts. You can get any of the organ meats, you can get the fat, you can get just like all of these parts to the animal you should be eating in order to get all the vitamins and minerals that you actually need in a bioavailable form. So I'm trying to figure out how best to go about trying to incorporate some of these things. At first I thought, well, maybe I'll get some desiccated liver capsules or something to that effect to just start incorporating those into my diet. But I thought that seems kind of silly. Like, why not just eat the actual liver? And this particular farm, they have an option where like your organ meat is mixed into your ground meat. So you can make like burgers with it or just, you know, loose ground meat. The bison thing really intrigues me, to be honest with you. And yeah, my mind is cycling with like about 80 billion different things right now. And it's very hard for me to focus at this moment. It's, you know, it's like 8:30, 8:45 at night right now. And I'm tired. Last night was so tough with Lauren. She was up every couple of hours, screaming for about an hour, and then going back to sleep for a little bit and just back and forth. And I'm not quite sure if it was teething or what, but it's made it more of a difficult day for me today. And that's the way it goes. Although today was a beautiful day here in Wisconsin. We actually can see more bits of grass in our yard than we have in a very long time. And my hope is that all of our snow is melted off by Friday, maybe. We'll hope for that. That way our Easter egg hunt with our church is not in sloppy melt-off snow. And I'm going to call it a wrap on this egg fast. So that was 5 days of egg fasting and then 2 days of transitioning from egg fast to carnivore foods. And then tomorrow will, so today was technically day 7. Tomorrow will be a whole new start. I think I'm going to try to stick to more carnivore-ish meals and foods and things of that nature. I'm still probably going to have eggs in the morning because I have not gotten sick of eggs at all. Not even in the least bit. So I'll probably still have eggs for breakfast because it's so quick and easy for me. But I might add in some, I got some bacon. It's like the jowl bacon. Anyway, I might try some of that tomorrow morning with my breakfast. And then I'm for sure going to be just trying to eat more carnivore-ish in general and not worrying so much about my protein macros. Not that I've been one to count macros very specifically or very intentionally, but I'm going to be a little bit more lenient on just straight up meat. I can't tell if it's my eyes that are fuzzy or if it's my camera. I do not have any scale results because I have not weighed in yet. It's not yet Easter, and that's whenever I'll be weighing in. But like I said on my last just like sit down video talking about the egg fast and carnivore and those sort of things, I feel like measurements are just a little bit more where my brain is at right now, and I'm not really as concerned with the scale. I don't think I was ever really slave to the scale, but I'm not really concerned about it. It's not a metric that that I feel like defines me anymore. So I might just stick to measuring and just seeing where I go from there and not weighing, because I don't know, I feel like my clothes are a pretty good indicator as to whether or not the composition of my body is the way that I want it to be, and the tape measure seems to be a very good motivator for me right now, but not in a controlling kind of way, if that makes sense. That's where I'm gonna leave y'all. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see y'all in the next video.